everybody. Disclaimer, if the bees start terrorizing me again, I got a little fly swatter here, so don't think I'm crazy if I reach out and pull this out and swap. I tried to start this video just a couple minutes ago, but yo, I sat down and there were bees flying around like crazy. Even put my hood on to protect myself, and I actually trapped one of the bees inside my hoodie. I'll show you footage. I'll show you footage. There's a bee. There's the bee. Let's start over. The purpose of this video is to update you guys on where I've been. I think the last episode that I made, I was debating whether or not I should put all my mental energy into starting an online business, or if I should put my mental energy into buckling down and getting my real estate license. But at the same time, I'm young. There are only things that I can do now in life that I won't be able to do when I'm older, you know, in my 30s. So should I fully invest all of my resources into movement and dance and, you know, pursuing a professional career? There are just so many things that I was mentally, I guess you could say, warring with, and I feel like some of you may be in the same place. So let me give you an update on what I decided to do. The first thing that I would say, and I've heard this from my parents my entire life, is stop pulling yourself in multiple directions. I left the corporate world in August of 2017, and at that time, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I didn't know like exactly and clearly what I wanted out of life, and I wouldn't say that I do have that extreme, crystal clear direction at this point, but I did know that I was going to find myself. I did know that I'm very motivated by freedom, which is why I was even pursuing a better understanding the online business world, because in my mindset, if I have an internet connection, I can be anywhere in the world and still be, you know, sustaining myself. So that was how I even got into the vein of online business. But real estate, I just love people. I love encouraging people. I love motivating people. I love being a part of people's lives. I love being able to see where they're at and take them to hopefully a better place. So I thought maybe I would have the opportunity to do that via real estate if I had, you know, a career in that specific regard. Movement was still doing that. So I stopped pulling myself thin. I went on pursuing all of these three things for, oh my gosh, so many months, and ultimately they were detracting from one another, even though all three of them were things that are, I think, part of my purpose. Three things that are part of my plan are three things that I am very invested in. Because I was pursuing them all at the same time, I wasn't being efficient. So I would say about maybe even a month ago, I was like, Michael, it's time to buckle down. It's time to focus on just one thing first. And so for me, I decided that was going to be the online business. So for those of you who don't know, I decided on pursuing Amazon FBA. The FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. I definitely invested in myself after doing a lot of research for free on YouTube. I found a lot of different content creators who were putting out a lot of good content on why you should get into Amazon FBA. If you are watching this video now, I don't want to go ahead and say do Amazon FBA simply because my products haven't gone live yet, so I don't know if you'll be profitable per se, but I would say do it from the standpoint of, no, you're learning how to start a business. If you can take the risk and overcome the fear of failure by starting a business like Amazon FBA, there's nothing that will detract from the growth that you'll receive from that situation. So that would be my one, I guess, piece of advice. But I buckled down, I started Amazon FBA, and I figured if I can just get my products shipped to, you know, from wherever I'm shipping them from, which for me personally is China, if I can get them to the US, then during that interim, whether it's 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, during that time frame where your products are on the sea, I can buckle down and get my real estate license. So I put all my efforts into figuring out my freight forwarder, finalizing product like box design, for example. Oh my gosh, this bee's back. Sorry, staying away from my concentration. Finalizing my box design, all that stuff. So I shipped my products. They actually got to the US yesterday, or it might have been the day before yesterday, And so now I have to go through the process of getting them to the specific Amazon fulfillment centers. But during that time period, I had the freedom to just buckle down, give all my mental resources to figuring out what I was going to do with my real estate license. So I have got my real estate license now. I got that, let's say I think about the Saturday before last. So I am licensed now in the state of Texas, but currently my license is inactive. So I'm in the process of picking a brokerage, and that's another, not debate, but another thing that I'm weighing currently. I think I'm probably leaning towards, right now, Keller Williams, just because I hear the training's fantastic. And I know everyone complains about how much they take out of your commission and this, that, and the other. But for me, honestly, I'm not even worried about commission right now. I want to work with people, and I want to be able to provide the most value to the people that I'm working with. So for me, I want to go where the training is the best. So phase 1 of where I was at was the online business, get that moving. Phase 2 was get my real estate license, and then phase 3, this is the crazy one, was go back to corporate America and get a job, or just get a job in general. So as I mentioned, I left corporate America in August of 2017, and at that point in my life, I couldn't understand why anyone would trade their time for money, because you can always get more money, but you can never get more time. And I do still stand by that. I haven't wavered from that position, but part of the reason that I was personally feeling so burnt out with corporate America is I had nothing to work for. A, it wasn't fulfilling, and then B, I didn't have anything to work towards. So I graduated from SMU in Dallas, Texas, very expensive university, and I was on scholarship and all that stuff. And I graduated, and I would say with my car, I had about $40,000 in debt. So for me entering corporate America, I looked at it as an opportunity to pay off that debt. I didn't know where I was going to be in the next couple of years, but I knew, man, this is a phenomenal opportunity just to be able to dive headfirst into paying off this debt. So as soon as I paid that off, I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually kind of hate this. You know what I mean? Like, this is not who I am. This is not what I stand for. And so I no longer had anything to strive for. So I was burnt out. I grinded so hard for, oh my gosh, 2.5, almost 3 years. But now I was debt free, and I was like, I just need to find myself. So that leads me to here. I've been in the process of finding myself. But now that I'm at the end of that season, now I feel like I've planted the seeds for these two things, online business and real estate, but now I need to water them. Now I need to water them. So wherever you're at in life, dude, have you planted your seeds? Have you planted the seeds? If you have, then it makes sense for you to water them. Of course, you're going to have to use, financial resources to water them. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's yours. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's yours, because there are lots of investors, and if, for example, you have a dream, if you sell me on that dream, dude, I want to invest in your dream. I want to be part of the next big thing. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your finances, but that can be a whole different separate video. I'm just updating you guys on where I'm at. But regardless, that's where I've been. So online business, real estate, and now I'm going to get a job to fund those things, at least for the next couple months. I know I will at some point make some strides towards taking movement more seriously, but right now my biggest goal is setting myself and my future spouse up for financial freedom. So I want to dive fully into that. I want to serve people. I want to love on people, and that's pretty much where I've been. It's Thursday. I'm out here in Dallas, Texas. If you guys are in the Metroplex, oh my gosh, I'd love to meet up. I'd love to say hello. I'd love to encourage you. I don't know where you're at. Ultimately, what I envision for this channel is, dude, a community where everyone is learning to be the best version of themselves, growing to be the best version of themselves, taking control of their minds, taking control of their lives, and recognizing that, you are capable. You're capable of changing your thought patterns. You're capable of changing your current circumstances. Where you are currently is not the end-all, be-all. Where you are right now is not where you're going to be if you decide that it's not going to be. So let's push each other. Let's motivate each other. Let's keep going. Let's get going. I have a lot to figure out. My products are currently sitting in Mississippi right now in a warehouse unaffiliated with Amazon. So I got to get them out to Amazon. I got to figure out how to market and brand. So that's on my horizons. Also, I gotta buckle down, pick a brokerage. I gotta buckle down. Am I going back to corporate America? Am I just getting a easy freelance job like driving Uber so that I can get my training in with real estate, and then outside of those hours fund these little seeds that I've planted? I don't know. I've got a lot to figure out, but that's where I've been. Oh my gosh, I have so much content coming for you guys. I am just feeling so filled up, so motivated. There's a lot on the horizon that's unforeseen for me. I'm currently sitting at my parents' house. Yo, I'm about to move out. Some of you guys may be looking at me like, oh my gosh, you should have moved out years and years ago. And I completely understand that. Thank you for your constructive criticism. Everybody is on their own path. I'm just so grateful for mine. And I trust that you also are or will learn to be grateful for yours. So you guys are amazing. It's been an honor just to talk to you. I didn't plan on this video being, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, but maybe with some quick edits we can cut that down. Stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Matrix. Love you guys so much. So grateful for the fact that you're here. Finish out the week strong. I'll see you guys with another video next time.
Get yourself a good